This chapter talks about configuring and verifying span, remote span, and encapsulated remote span. So what these features let you do is viewing your traffic in real time. So this can become handy if you are trying to troubleshoot a difficult incident that you are not figuring out how to solve it, and capturing traffic will let you know how your protocols are behaving in real time. So you don't have to assume what your protocols are doing, but rather you will be seeing them in action, frame by frame. The other way that this feature can help you is probably send all this information to a big server that will gather this information for days, and it will be generating graphics about the network usage, so you can tell how your users are using your network or how your applications are using your bandwidth, and so on. There are other ways to do this, um, uh, like using NetFlow, but this is a way to do it. So use this feature as you might want. So what the span feature does is it will capture traffic from a source, port, or VLAN, and will send this captured traffic to a destination port within the same switch. So the original span feature will use only one switch where you have the source of the captured traffic, and you will place your capturing device into a port that lives in the same switch. Your capturing device could be anything from a simple laptop that has Wireshark, which is a software that is publicly available, or you can go as far as having a server that will have professional software to capture traffic. So whether the rules for the source of the capture traffic, it may be a layer 2 port, it may be a layer 3 port, or a VLAN. This port cannot belong to different span sessions. If your source port is a trunk, you can use the parameter filter, the command filter, in order to tell the switch the list of VLANs that you are interested in. By default, span will not send you frames that belong to control protocols, like frames that belong to VTP, STP, DTP, CDP, and so on. In order to receive these frames, you will have to enter the command encapsulation replicate. Now, regarding the destination port rules, your destination port cannot belong to different span sessions. Your destination port may receive traffic that is being transmitted, traffic that is being received, or both. By default, Span will send you both. If you want to make your capturing device remotely accessible, you will have to assign it a VLAN. And this device, if this is a normal device, you will most probably assign it an untagged VLAN, but if it is a server that is connecting using a trunk to your switch, you might want to use the tagged VLAN assignment. You must be aware that your destination port may become saturated because you will be capturing both directions of traffic. So your destination port should has at least twice the bandwidth that your source port has. The evolution of span is remote span. With remote span, you can capture traffic from a source port or VLAN in one switch and have that traffic delivered to another switch where you will have your destination port. In order to do this, you will need a remote span VLAN that you will have to create across your network. And this, when you are configuring this, and the switch that is capturing the traffic, the destination will be the remote span VLAN. And at the switch where you have your destination port, the source is the remote span VLAN. So this remote span VLAN must be created with remote span property. This particular remote span VLAN will not learn MAC addresses. And you must associate this remote span VLAN with trunk ports only. Now this way to move traffic is using a layer 2 technology. So the evolution is encapsulated remote span that will capture traffic from a source port or VLAN in one device. This device will encapsulate that capture traffic using an IP tunnel, so this can send you information across an IP network. This device that is capturing the traffic will have two options. Either send that encapsulated traffic directly to the capturing device, or optionally, you can have another device that will make sure to terminate the tunnel, encapsulate the captured traffic, and deliver the encapsulated traffic to the capturing device. So you have two options: send this traffic directly to the capturing device, or using an intermediate destination device. So you will have one Erspan source device, one optional Erspan destination device, and the capturing device. This technology uses Erspan IP tunnel to transport the captured traffic. So at the Erspan source device, you will configure a destination IP address, an origin IP address that will be used as the source IP for your packets, an Erspan ID, and optionally, you can set TTL and QoS settings. And optionally, if you decided to use an intermediate device, you will be configuring Erspan destination with the IP address of the Erspan source, the Erspan ID, and the destination port that where to place the unencapsulated captured traffic. So in order to configure normal span, use the command monitor session, where you can define either the source or destination, your filter VLANs. Remember that you can establish many sources for your monitor session, not only one interface, but many interfaces. In order to troubleshoot normal span, you would use the command show monitor session local. Remote span includes the configuration of all the switches from the captured traffic to the switch where the destination port is. You will have to create a remote span VLAN at each switch included from the capturing device to the destination port device. When creating this VLAN, you have to add the remote span property, and at the switch that is capturing the traffic, your source will be an interface or set of interfaces, and your destination will be the remote VLAN. And at the switch that has the destination port, your source will be the remote VLAN, the remote span VLAN, and your destination will be a regular port. Now, for encapsulated remote span, you'll have to configure your device that will be capturing the traffic. This is mandatory using the command monitor session type Erspan source. In this case, you will have to enter the source interface, and you will have to enter destination mode to configure to where you want to send this information to. Remember to use an Erspan ID, an origin IP address, and remember to do a no shutdown on your monitor session. Optionally, you can use a device that will be configured as the Erspan destination. This is optional because you can send all your encapsulated traffic to the capturing device. Your capturing device will need to have enough intelligence in order to encapsulate the traffic device, the capture traffic, because it will receive a tunneled traffic. So if your capturing device does not have the intelligence to encapsulate the capture traffic, you will have to use an Erspan destination device.